kids are expecting so much because they're expecting us to just kill them.
Metallica is the best.
Eddie Van Halen.
Metallica,
Right here.
rock and roll, yeah!
Scorpion!
We look at it like a big party thing. We don't feel like we play under Van Halen or above Van Halen. We feel like we play with Van Halen, we play with Metallica, we play with Dokken. And Kingdom Come is like a package.
It's the greatest concert in the world. 9 hours is great.
Never see one like this again. Well, I figure it's the biggest thing since Woodstock.
Before playlists, before algorithms, before rock splintered into 1,000 niches, there were rock and roll spectacles like this. The Monsters of Rock, 1988. One of the defining stadium events of the arena rock era. Van Halen, Scorpions, Kingdom Come, Metallica, Dokken, all in one day, in one stadium. Loud, relentless, rock overload at its peak. If you were there, you already know. If you weren't, well, I guess you had to be there.
You got 5 bands who are major stature, especially when they're standing up. If you think for 1 minute that each one of those bands isn't there to blow the other one off, you know, from here to you know where, then you got it wrong.
It's just more intense, man. It's easy to go out there and just go overboard because it's overboard looking out there, man.
I'm scared to death. I flew in a helicopter over the audience. I get the chills just telling you about it. I looked at that audience and now I'm a nervous wreck. I'm shook up. I gotta go to the bathroom.
We just always try and keep it as open mind as possible, and I think over the last couple of years we've been put in a lot of categories that I think are too limiting for what we try and do, which we try and sort of do a lot of different things. We like doing slower, ballady type things, we like doing the fast. So it's like we have like a certain area where we feel comfortable operating in, and I just hate when people try and limit us or limit, you know, what they allow us to do or whatever. So, you know, that's the whole attitude of Metallica.
On this type of tour, you have to wake up like at about 11 o'clock. You're on stage by 2:30, which is different. I mean, when you do a regular tour, you get up at about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon and
comfortably eat and everything and just kind of hang out and then get, you know, practice for a while, do the show, stuff like that. This is like a real quick thing. Up at noon and on stage 2 hours later, it's like whoop.
It's like a weird catch-22 because if you get too late to sleep and you don't get enough sleep, you feel like beep, you know, during the day and you play less. But if you get a lot of sleep, you know, get 10 hours of sleep, which has happened a couple of times, you wake up and you feel like really groggy for the first couple hours because you've slept so much. So it's like no matter what happens, you lose.
on this tour, I've gotten more sun than I have in the last 2 years.
Moon is full, never seem to change. Able mentally I dream the same thing every night. See a freedom in my sight. No locked doors, no windows, but things that make my brain see the sky.
I'm excited, extra excited about this thing, you know. Every show means so much. You know, it's like charge, this huge charge. Has to be that way. The kids are expecting that. The kids are expecting so much. Then seeing us in 2 years, they're expecting us to just kill them.
Metallica is the best.
Why? Because
because they play the hardest metal there is.
Metallica rules.
I like it because they're just a bunch of guys having fun.
I mean, we don't view ourselves as being much different than the audience. I mean, we just happen to be the guys up on stage, and they just happen to be the people in the audience. And we're musicians, but I'm sure there's a lot of other musicians out there. And that's something that we've always took into account. That, I mean, we're basically fans too. If we weren't there on the stage, we'd be there checking out the bands.
Let's put it like this, when you see Metallica in the hotel on the day off, they're dressed exactly like when you see them on stage, you know? And I dig that. I say, you know, they don't go out there same thing. They're not putting on a show. They're going out there and playing music and just doing this thing. And in a way, they're like my favorite band on the show too, only because it reminds me just to kind of stay in touch with the street and with where you're really at, and not get too showbiz, you know?
It might sound a bit arrogant, but Metallica is like a very inward-looking band. You know, the kind of performance that come up and go, well, we're doing this for the kids, and we're playing for the people out there, and, you know, rock and roll for the people. It's like, we're like exactly the opposite. We like look more inwards and are more worried about keeping ourselves satisfied and really doing what feels right to us.
The last thing Metallica wants to be known as is a band that's, you know, preaching. Right. I mean, we're not, you know, out to say, hey, we're a band with a message. I mean, the topics that are involved with us are just things that mean something to us personally. I mean, if you get the message, you know, that's cool, because that's how we think. If you don't get the message, then, you know, well.
Listen, damn it, we will. See it right, see it well, but the thing that saves us from my head.
We try to instill a sense of realism into our music. We don't like sing about love and partying. Can you picture us playing the music that we do and singing lyrics like, come on baby, come to my pad, we'll have a good time.
Metallica would never change to cater to anyone else's minds. We would always stay the same and have people cater, you know, change for us. And I think that looking back on the last couple of years, the most satisfying thing is that that's really what's happened. You know, I think part of what Metallica is that there's always the thing that we can always go in whatever direction we want because we always set the terms ourselves, you know what I mean? So I don't want to sit here and go, we'll never do this, we'll never do that, because if it feels right to us, then we're going to do it, and we're not going to worry about what other people think of it.
They're here.
You wanted the best, you wanted the biggest, you wanted the most famous, but we couldn't get them, so here's Dokken.
When I was 10 years old, I saw Woodstock, and I said, that's what I want to do someday, so now I'm getting my chance.
Yeah, we were real excited because this is probably the largest thing that Dokken's ever done as far as performing to that many people, and just being counted as part of the monsters of rock, that's a pretty good thing for us to be involved in. So we were really happy that Van Halen asked us to do it, and we paid him a lot of money too. So.
Yeah, I'm fans of all the bands. Why I'm so nervous? You got Klaus Meine, who I think is a great singer. You got Metallica, who are like one of the most killer bands around. Everybody already knows that. You got Kingdom Come. Lenny's a great singer too. And then you got Van Halen, one of the best guitar players in the world, and Sammy Hagar, the guy with the most energy I've ever seen. Because we toured with Sammy Hagar before, and he made me tired just watching him perform. So yeah, I'm nervous. It's a lot of work, and it's hot outside, and so I think everybody's gone way out of their way to make it. Van Halen's gone out of their way to make everything as easy for everybody as possible. I mean, it's competition. It's very competitive, but at the same time, it's a lot of camaraderie, I think.
It's just like a reward. It's like a touring vacation because there's a lot of days off in between the shows. It makes it really easy to tour, and you can just go to the next pool and the next lounge and hang around, and. Being able to go out and play in front of that many people in such short a time is probably the best thing for Dokken.
Monsters of Rock was an all-day stadium event. Multiple headliners, one stage, no breaks. This is what Arena Rock looked like at full scale. Coming February 2026, The Rise and Fall. Arena Rock, a documentary series exploring the eras, excess, and aftermath of bands like Van Halen, Aerosmith, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and many more. Coming this February, only here on The Circuit.
They said, it's over for you guys. Your sound of music is dinosaur rock because My Sharon was popular and the Knack was going to be the new thing of the 80s. Ha! Surprise! We had the last laugh, because we're still here, still doing the same kind of music, and the Knack is, they're flipping out, and I feel also reflective with Dokken on the new album. On the Back of the Attack album, it's like a kind of a fight the trends, It's like, this is what we are. If you love us, fine. If you don't, that's fine too. This is what we do. Either take us for what we are, or go flip burgers.
You just spend a lot of money, and I don't know. It seems like, what the funny part to me is that you can spend $200,000 on a record, and you spend 4, 6, 8 months writing it and 4 months recording it. And you spend $100,000 on a video, and you do it in one day. Rock stars, come on. Come on, okay, guys, I got this great video concept, man. You're gonna be banana salesmen, you're gonna sell them to these firemen, it's you guys are gonna be. Then these monsters, which you are gonna be, are gonna come from this building, you're gonna fly out. Then we're gonna have to fix it with these other video company to come in and make the real you guys playing. Back to the banana salesman. Hey, great concept, all right. How much is it gonna cost? Ooh.
It's not love. It's not love. It's not love. It's not love.
What makes us distinctive, I feel, is we've got definitely a very metal side to us, yet instead of being one singer in the group, I'm the lead singer, but Mick sings quite well sometimes. And Jeff sings too, the bassist. So we have, instead of like a lot of bands that go in the studio and have to do the harmonies and it sounds great, but they can't cop it live, we feel cop it live. Unless we got colds, then we sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks. We just like to play music. I feel the band feels the same. We're not interested in being quote-unquote rock stars or to be bigger-than-life personalities and all that. We just want to play music and make good music, and hopefully that'll carry us across.
No, maybe I don't have to be a rock star.
You do?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you are a rock star, Mick. You're a rock star when I met you. You're a goonier looking, but I personally just want to, play music, that's all. We're musicians, and what else can we be? We can flip burgers. You sure see him flip a burger? Not a chance.
know, it really doesn't matter which political party you're into. Independent, Democratic.
When Bird Talk magazine came along, I was thrilled. Bird Talk's always there with the basics, like the proper ways to catch and hold birds, or how to clip wings step by easy step. Even if you're just considering getting a bird, Bird Talk will help you make the right choice. As my flock has grown, Bird Talk has helped me choose species that are compatible, teach my canaries to sing, and my parakeets to talk. And when the unexpected happens, Bird Talk helps you come to the rescue, whether it's a broken toenail or an accidental escape. Of course, Bird Talk gives a lot of attention to proper nutrition. Did you know that some common weeds are great supplements to your bird's diet? Each month, Bird Talk explores the bird world from A to Z, from avian medicine to the everyday antics of a zany cockatiel. And Bird Talk gives you a chance to write to the experts and share what you've learned about your bird, too. Oh, and each month, Bird Talk features a particular species of bird and includes a splendid full-color centerfold. Whatever type of birds you have, Bird Talk will prove it's the best single source of information on bird care you can buy. So right now, you can get a full year of Bird Talk for only $9.99. That's half off the regular subscription price. Be an early bird. Don't miss this great introductory offer. Here's all you do.
I thought, oh man, you know, no big deal. I can handle it. 40,000 people, no problem. I get up to the top of the stairs, and I look out there, and you know, my knees got weak. I was scared.
It's great. You're walking up that ramp, and they all stand up and start screaming, and you give them the sign back, you know, and that starts getting you going. And then they shut off the music that they're playing, which is usually a Jimi Hendrix tape that we play before we go on. And they shut that off, and then the roar is so loud, man, and your heart just starts pumping out adrenaline. And I was just thinking, man, it's great to be with these guys. You know, I mean, it's like if I hated them and we had to spend all this time on a bus and a plane together and stuff, it would be a drag, you know. But it's like we have a great time together.
It's the first time in my life where this is like a band. Even though I co-produced it and wrote most of the songs, this is still a big family scene. So I had a very particular view what kinds of musicians I want to be playing with. Especially after that, I like to call it well-paid education with Stone Fury.
They asked me if I knew any blues guitarists, and I got to bring my best friend Danny Stagg down.
So when Danny came in, I asked him to improvise a solo for the blues, What Love Can Be. And once he played the solo for the blues, I knew that he is my man. Danny is he's a strong personality in his own way. He lives in his own bubble. He's a philosopher. He doesn't own one Led Zeppelin album. We're talking Flower Power Hendrix. That's his background.
We didn't set out to copy anyone. You know, we set out to not sound like a lot of people and to do what we wanted to do. And we ended up sounding the way we do.
We are musicians, and we want to sell our music. We want to share our music. And so it's just a bunch of guys on stage performing the music.
So let the sun swing down from the sky. And look at my
When we were done with the album, we were sitting on it. I was happy with it, but I had my doubts, I really did. I wondered, man, you know, are people gonna really care about blues guitar playing and stuff, you know? But it turns out they do, you know, it's great.
It was just, everything was so new at that point anyway, and our song was #1 requested, and hey, you gotta get this video done this week, you know, and it was great, you know, and
sometimes when you try, like very hard. I mean, every artist likes to do something which hasn't been done before. And it always sounds great, but then by the time you finished it, it is always something original because every human being is original. But then again, most of the stuff you did still has been seen somewhere, somehow before. Like, screw this deep sense of a video. Let's just go for the look. let's just show ourselves, let's perform the blues, right? For us to prove a point now, the only way of doing it is playing live.
I was a strain of knowing where I belong. Living out of time, living out of time.
And got to keep the plane. Who won an entire Texas town? Who won $1 million?
The winner of $1 million is Faye Valentine.
People like you, that's who. Just some regular, everyday people who had the guts and enough money for a stamp to enter an MTV contest. People really win on MTV.
Go ahead.
You could be next.
Guy calls me, says I've got UHF, I've got VHF, I've got VHS. Got an infrared remote that does a full 1:99 scan programmable. Got a second half-inch for dubbing and true bi-channel independent signal stereo separation. Got a 20-inch diagonal 3-gun monitor, and I can't find a thing to watch.
What did you tell him?
I said, look, you got UHF, you got VHF, you got VHS. Spring for the CATV, put on MTV, and you can watch U2, INXS, and REM.
And what did he say?
Okay.
You have to keep this rock and roll life fresh. And our dream always was, when we grew up as a band, to play around the world and make music for everybody.
Come on, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Come on, Foxborough. Leading right with me tonight. A big city night. Oh, we're shining. A big city night. She'll give me money. A big city night.
I mean, we like to play in front of big crowds, but still it's good to go back and play in a club, you know, which we did when we were in Russia. For one night we went to a club in Leningrad and watched some Russian bands playing there, and then in the end we hit the stage and played on their instruments in front of, well, 80 or 100 people. It was a very small place, very much underground, was packed, you know, and so you're really in touch with the audience, you know.
It was like very interesting for us to have this experience in Russia, and it was also very good to have the possibility to bring East and West kids closer together. That's a very important point, and let the international language rock music talking to the Eastern world also.
I think basically they're the same than over here in America, really. They're going crazy, you know. What was really funny, they knew all the songs, they knew the words. Outgoing.
Yes, right.
There are party animals out there, and we love that. There's nowhere else in the world a place like here.
It's great. It's the perfect way to get a nice suntan. It's perfect. You know, you hit the stage, sun is over there, and during the set,
sunglasses on stage, eh?
You know, you take your sunglasses and wow, let's go for it, yeah.
It's a very friendly atmosphere. There's no ego boostings or, I mean, obviously everybody tries to play very, very good because the other bands are excellent all too. So it would be not wise to play bad or do bad show. And in fact, I think the people who profit from this, the kids out there, because what they get to see is a great show, because every band tries to play really, really good. When Halen come out after us, they play every night excellent, and we go on after Dokken, and I hope we play every night excellent too. And so that's the way it goes.
But you know, it's very good. Interesting, makes your whole life more interesting when you're jumping from one side to the other. Once you're Monster Rock, 80,000, or you have like 80 people.
Real 80. You know?
Real 80, yeah.
Like
in
a room
Russia.
like this, probably.
I mean, that's fantastic, and that makes everything interesting.
The jump is done. I go out. Another boring day. leave it all behind me now. So many worlds away.
The stage is much more the place where it's happening, you know. It's really like, I mean, most of the time last year we were working on Savage Amusement, and it's like being in jail, you know. You're so cut off from the outside world, just following your instincts with no feedback from the outside world. You know, that's why it feels very good when you finally hit the road.
And refreshing.
This I gotta see.
Wrigley Spearmint has a mouth-pleasing feeling.
Can't argue with that. Now, what happens if I cross-reference satisfying?
Chewing enjoyment goes on and on.
That computes. So what's your analysis?
Wrigley Spearmint is pure chewing satisfaction.
Yeah. So how come you never talked to me before?
Wrigley Spearmint is pure chewing satisfaction.
Tomorrow people, where is your best?
Tomorrow People, Tomorrow Music, today on MTV. Ziggy Marley, Guns N' Roses, Tracy Chapman, Midnight Oil, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. New names to some people, not to you. You know where you heard them first. Who's next? Who knows? Watch and see Tomorrow Stars today on MTV.
But I gotta tell you though, the most surprising thing is that the Van Halen guys, I can't tell you how cool those guys are. I don't mean this bad, but for someone who's been around as long as they have, it's like every day they come up, say hello to us, you know, we hang out for a few minutes. Sammy's a Bay Area guy, which is where we're based now, and I mean, just there's a great feeling with those guys. They're really, really down to earth and just kind of very hang-outable, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, that's it.
The individual musicianship in this band is the highest caliber I've ever been involved with, ever stepped on stage with or in the studio with. The chemistry between the four, which creates a whole nother piece of magic, is like incredible. This is a real unique band. It's a great, great band.
We sing a lot, but don't talk much about it till things get out of control. How do I know when it's wrong?
That's for individuals. Everybody listens to different styles of music, and that's, I think, what contributes to the sound. Everybody puts their 25% in of what they like, and after you shake it all up, that's what it comes out.
I think what's interesting about the four of us is that once somebody sets the spark, or sets the fire, then the rest of us either catch up or, man, you're history. You're dusted. You better stick with it. And then once you catch up, then again, it's somebody who will take the initiative.
Wow, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I've been through hell and back again. Shook hands with the devil, looked him in the eye, felt like a long lost friend.
Nothing we do is choreographed, I mean, we just kind of get out there and, we go with it. We go with it.
We do it, eh?
No, honest to God, when I
just have a
first
lot of-
joined this band, I was scared to death because at rehearsal, we never rehearsed a show of any kind. I mean, I always did that on my own, but I was a solo artist. But when you got four guys that are just gonna go crazy up there, and I'm going, man, I hope we don't bump into each other and stuff. Hope these guys know that when they hit the stage, I'm gonna go crazy, And I said, boy, I hope Eddie isn't changing or something. At rehearsal, he's standing there playing. Because we just rehearse the music, and when we hit the stage, the event happens.
If you change things slightly to keep it interesting, you'll never get stale. And it was getting to a point, and I won't mention exactly which year it was, but it was during excessive touring where the actual show became secondary. It was, let's get out there, let's get partying. And, oh no, you mean we gotta do a show now? Well, this year we approached it the other way around. Let's make the show the party and vice versa. And what comes after that will be. But
Maybe
the
that's
main
what's wrong
thing.
with this tour.
The main thing is getting this tour. 'Cause we're
Because-
doing over 2 hours now. We're doing 2.5 hours, and that's at the end of a long day, and it better be damn good because people have been there a long time.
Being in a band with Eddie is kind of hard on another guitarist. It really is, and I'll be the first to admit it. When I do pick up a guitar, like on 2 songs, I tell you, my licks, they just felt like I can talk better now. I can talk better. I can't necessarily talk faster, or I'm not any more versatile, or I can't talk more languages, but I can talk real good on guitar still, so I'm happy with it.
There's only one way.
When we play together, we play well together, It's not like we're both trying to outdo each other, who can play faster.
And you can analyze this situation through years of masturbation.
Sometimes I freak myself out, You go, whoa, that was kind of magical, But those kind of things you can't always count on, It's just inspirational, spur of the moment thing. And wow, how did I do that? And I'll try to do it again, and I can't, I think some people, take technique too seriously. There's not enough coming from here,
I never tried to sing. I never thought about being this real good controlled singer until the last 5 years. I never got into the guys that could shatter glass. I was into people like Mick Jagger and James Brown, guys.
Slip aside, push it in. A bit sure got the rhythm.
During the writing process, and Edward would start playing some riff, and everybody just comes in jamming it. I sing like an instrument with the band. I jam with them. It's like jazz musicians for us, and they're just blowing together. And then you pull out the little tape recorder when you think something is good, and get it.
Just on a little break.
Yeah, and then sure. Then we had to sit down and hone it down and write it in context of a song. A lot of people record on 24-track that way. They just put it all down and then edit it together. But that's ludicrous. You have to have drum machines, and it's for people that use click tracks and all that. We go in there and blow like a live band,
The one thing that's always been on our mind as a band is to be able to play live what we did in the studio. And I needed 3 different drum kits for that. And so I just connected them all into one big donut.
When we go on stage before the show, I say, hey, I'll see you after the show. We shake
I gotta tell you, there have been some funny moments because it is a brand new setup that sometimes it rotates, but it rotates in the wrong direction. I caught myself the other day and I was looking back and I was going, hey, where's the band? Oh, there they are. It gets fixed.
And like other things, sometimes...
You know what's scary, though? You know what's scary? What's scary is that these guys didn't even notice it.
No, I was looking back. All I saw was hair, and I'm going, man, his hair grew quick. But it was the back of his head I was looking at.
All your creativity is free within this format, and yet you're not going to step on someone else's toes, or someone else is good enough to be able to step around you and still get their lick in and get it in good, So it's amazing. It's not like any other situation I've ever seen in rock music, and I'm a fan of rock music since I was a little tiny little old guy,
Gonna go with the flow, depending on how you feel. That's one of the good things about what we're doing. We can do what we want, how we want, when we want.
Incredible luxury.
So piss off. No.